Welcome back to the Manor. Julian McBain here, and this is my 65th Saturday vlog. So, been a busy week for me. Business I worked for closed. I started my new job on Wednesday. So, literally doing just about everything I did exactly the same as my old job, just a little bit of a different, learning a new office, learning a new dynamic. So, there is a bit of a learning curve, but it won't be anything major because, all identical systems and everything like that. So, not a huge deal. But it is a change, An added 10 minutes to my commute, which doesn't sound like a lot until you're trying to time things out and you're like, oh crap, I should have left like 3 minutes ago. So that's a thing. But overall, not bad. Of course, we're still all under. It's technically a stay-at-home order. I need to stop pulling bookings for this area. It's technically a stay-at-home order, so we're all being safe. I hope you are too. I'm not going to hammer on that really tonight. That's not my goal. But I had this all kind of planned out in my head, but things happened and now my brain isn't quite functioning the way I wanted it to. I'm doing mayhem practice, which, you know how much I love mayhems. They're the events I hate to love and I love to hate. But I do love them. I really like doing mayhem because, again, it's usually focused. They're in a small area. You don't have to worry about running after shit. And, yes, this is practice. And in all likelihood, I don't have a huge chance of placing this year. I doubt I'm going to place... I doubt I'm ever going to place in a mayhem, but you never know. But it allows me to farm boxes. And... oh, the warlock's here. Never pass up a chance to fight the boss. They did a really good job with this guy's model. He just looks terrifying and spiky. Kind of reminds me of a Decepticon. Big ass cannon on one side. They did a good job with him. There we go. Not much of a reward off of him though. That's okay. So yeah, the main reason I wanted to do, the main thing I wanted to talk about in the vlog tonight is what's going to be happening for the next couple of months or so, at least for the month of April and possibly into May. There's a lot of uncertainty in the world, so I'm going to give myself a little bit of a way out on this, which is not my norm. But these are my plans for the next 4 weeks or so, as we deal with this whole stay-at-home order and we don't know what's going on. There's a person there, isn't there? Yup. God bless it. I don't know why Queen thought it was necessary to stand there. Are they just taking damage? Okay, I don't get it, but okay. So just what I plan to do with the channel throughout that time and what we're going to be doing next. So first thing we're going to do is, when it comes to Entropia Universe, Mayhem is obviously here. I'm going to be doing Mayhem videos. It'll probably be like in the past where I don't do the entirety of Mayhem. I don't necessarily have the ability to do it like that because trying to to pull 10 hours of recording time in such a short span is not very easy. And it also conflicts with another event that I'm doing in another game. Virtuaverse is doing one of their betas. I will be doing video in that. For those of you who don't know, Virtuaverse is another real cash economy game. I think MindArc is tacitly supporting it. And it's not, I don't know that they're necessarily invested in it, but I think there's a solid possibility that they're backing it to a certain extent. Maybe it could be through a subsidiary, it could be through any number of things that you can do. It could just be that the members of the board of each company are similar in composition by, you know, oh, there are a lot of familiar names here. But on the launcher page for Entropia Universe, there's an ad for a group I'm not familiar with, the Ascended Gamers Gaming Association. And if you go to their page, prominently on their page are both MindArc and Virtuaverse. That and Virtuaverse is also located in Gothenburg, Sweden. If I mispronounced the name of the town, I apologize. I believe it's pronounced Gothenburg. Or it could be Gothenburg. Either way, they're in the same city. So, there's a point where it's not global 91.0, oh, 91 PED. That is awesome. There's a point where it's not a coincidence anymore. So, I have the feeling that there's collaboration, if nothing else. So I'm not going to feel bad by going over to this new game and seeing what it's all about. And I'm going to do some videos on it. And I'm optimistic about it, because from the images I see, it looks beautiful. And I think that the idea is, instead of being a sandbox like Entropia Universe, it's much closer to WoW, and where it's very story-driven for the main part of the campaign. I mean, obviously you can hunt for money, but it looks to be much more story-driven. And so I can't wait to give that a shot. The open beta pops on the 10th. This is a game I might actually throw money into their Patreon for, just to gain access to the extra betas and to support a project that I think is awesome. I do. I think that the project is awesome. I love Entropia Universe to death. I think that we need more real cash economy games. Two things can be true at the same time. I love Entropia Universe. I think we need more real cash economy games. And if MindArc is behind it, even tacitly, I'm all in. So, that is something that is going to be happening. For those of you who I don't think I've mentioned this yet. I finished Borderlands 2. Those will be coming out on their normal schedule. And I am going to start recording Borderlands 3. Give me just a second. I can look up how many episodes are left, because 51 came out today. Today is Thursday, by the way, that I'm recording this. You guys, of course, are seeing this on Saturday. Where is my... Oh, right in front of me. 1, 2, 3. You're looking at probably the end of April before my Borderlands 2 recordings run out. And, of course, there's DLC to be done. But the DLC is going to be parallel to Borderlands 3 coming out, and I'm not going to I'm going to overlap those, because I've got enough time to do all the DLC and start Borderlands 3 and have a buffer. So this is going to put me over a year where it's pretty much Entropia Universe and Borderlands. I want to be sorry, but I'm not. So, sorry, not sorry. I'm having a blast. I had a blast in Borderlands 1. I had a blast in Borderlands 2. Even when things got frustrating, it was fun. I had to take a break sometimes, but it was fun. And I really enjoy the whole concept behind Borderlands, where it's kind of like Fallout if you had to go to an insane asylum. So, So I'm going to be... I'm excited for Borderlands 3. I am. Not even a little ashamed. And I was going to take a break after Borderlands 2 and do something different. And I'm like, nah. Nah, I need to do Borderlands 3 now. So yeah, that's good stuff. I'm excited to jump into it. I'm expecting to finish the DLC this weekend for Borderlands 2. The specific DLC is there's a D&D game DLC. So I couldn't not do that. So my hope is I get to start Borderlands 3 this weekend. If not this weekend, it will start next weekend. And we'll go from there. Other things that are going to happen. I do need to finish the Crash Bandicoot games. The main reason I haven't... I was going to actually do that, take a break from Borderlands and do that, and have it come out parallel. And then my 12-year-old accidentally spilled apple cider on my controller. You can't play Crash Bandicoot keyboard and mouse and be sane. Like, I've tried doing platformers like that, keyboard and mouse, and it doesn't work. So I need to procure a new game controller. That is on the list of things to get. Unfortunately, with everything shut down, it's going to be a hot minute, so that might have to come after quarantine is over. And that's okay. So Virtueverse. Oh, you may have noticed by now, but I am starting to experiment with thumbnails. That was an idea given to me by Cloak and Daggerish, so big shout out to him. Go subscribe to his channel. Seriously. He puts out good content, and he's only been doing this like 6 months. So go subscribe to his channel. Pause the video, go subscribe right now. Are you done? Good. Other things I'm going to be doing in the meantime, there's a few things. One, I am going to be focused on trying to get back into providing content on McBainManor.com. I'm currently working on an article that I hope to release on Monday. This one is on, things to do while we're all under quarantine. And it's going to be my goal to release an article once a week on that platform. Another thing I'm going to do is, I promised to do this last summer when I was in Texas. It never materialized. I'm kind of ashamed. Like, I made an attempt. I wasn't happy with the attempt. So, and I found some materials that I needed to really make it better. So, I am going to be working on developing a product. This is a product that I will figure out where I want to market it from, and I'm going to sell it for cheap so that it's accessible. I've been doing my personal finance for gamers series. That's going to continue going on, but this will be basic budgeting, and then there will be a second product on the fundamentals of credit, because these are things I specialize in, and a lot of people don't even know the basics. And that's no fault of theirs. Like, unfortunately, this is not something they teach in school. Personally, I think this needs to be like a 101 class in high school. If you don't know how to make a budget, you should not be allowed to graduate high school. And this isn't on the students, and this isn't on the teachers. This is on the administrators who decided it's not necessary. So instead, I'm going to teach it. I'm going to create a product. I'm probably going to sell it for cheap. I might even add it to my Patreon page as an alternative, so that you have 2 ways that you can go get a hold of it. Have a permanent download for one price, or you can subscribe to the Patreon. I think that would actually work really, really well. And so that way I can provide this service to people, because this is something I'm good at. This is how I got myself out of... Well, frankly, I've been as low as a 485 credit score. And my credit score is well above 600 now. In fact, it was well above 700 until an issue happened, and now I'm arguing with that particular creditor because it's... Anyway. Oh, no, crap. But anyway, you know, this is how I crawled out of the debt hole. I'm still in debt, but I crawled out of the debt hole that prevents you from living your life. And instead am able to live a life. So even though sometimes things are still a struggle, it's a good place to be when you move from poverty to the middle class problem. And that's what I'm hoping to be able to help people with is, you know, you're in a real tough position. All you need to do is really figure out how to manage your money. Here are the tools you need. And I'm not even going to charge you a lot of money for it. So that is my plan for that. I'm hoping to have that released sometime in April. If I buckle down, it might even come out in the next 2 weeks. I just need to be able to block off the time and frankly motivate myself, and that's on me, to get these 2 products out. But these are things I plan on developing hopefully this month, but definitely before too long. I'm also planning on, I have to buckle down and finish the ebook Personal Finance for Gamers. I basically turned it into a series, but I really need to buckle down and write the ebook like I promised I would. Although I guess I'm technically fulfilling that if I put the products on my Patreon as well. Because all of the information is basically the same. It's just the medium. So that's going to happen at some point. I haven't figured out exactly when, but probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks that it's going to get taken care of. Because I really need to do it. I've been saying I'm going to do it. I've been wanting to do it. I don't know why I've been hesitating. It's a thing. So that is in the game plan. I'm going to continue my Personal Finance for Gamers series that's been backed by Entropia Universe's gameplay. Not literally backed by Entropia Universe, but I've been using it as the background for me to discuss these things. That has been more successful than I expected, so that's awesome. I'm going to continue moving into it, getting to more complex things like basic economics, theories of value, different types of economics like supply side economics versus demand side economics or labor economics, things that provide us the things that we enjoy and love. These are all these are all money concepts that people should know, but they don't. And it's not through any fault of their own. So I'm going to continue to try to do that. I want to try doing it once a week. I can't guarantee that. And of course, my other video in the week is going to be more Entropia focused. So that will happen as well. During the Virtueverse betas, I may rotate out an Entropia Universe video to expose that. Or it might be parallel. I haven't figured that out yet. I am continuing to live stream Subnautica. That's been fairly successful, especially considering I'm a small YouTuber. Having 5 or 6 concurrents at any given time during most of my streams has been really good. It's not as big as it was when I was on the short streams I did in Entropia Universe. Those got up to like 12 or 13. I do know it's something I should probably do again at some point. It's just a matter of time. I can't live stream every night. I don't have the ginger at this point. But it really is a thrill live streaming, so I would like to increase. At some point I will live stream more, but this is not my profession. I can't necessarily do it right away. And that's basically it. You know, my goal for this, for moving forward, especially since we have a whole bunch of extra time while we are in lockdown, is to continue providing content. I don't know how that person's healing and there's gotta be another person there. That person's healing and fighting at the same time. But anyway, while we're in lockdown, since I can't do a whole lot else, I'm going to focus on creating content. And because I enjoy it. Something else I'm going to do, and this isn't something that's going to be, I don't know, I don't think this is, I don't know. As you all know, I'm a fencing instructor. Kind of hard to teach fencing when you can't interact with the people you're teaching. So I am planning on figuring out how to teach them, and that's going to be more difficult because part of fencing is you have to spar. You can practice forms all day. If you're not sparring, you're not going to get beyond a certain point. But in a position where we can't spar, so I at least want to make sure they have an opportunity to perfect their forms. Because if you perfect your forms when you're in combat, when you're in battle, you're going to be a lot better off than if you're just slop and go. So I'm coming up with something for that, and I'm thinking about creating a series of videos that are on my, on a site that they can go to, and they can learn these things and continue working on their skills while we are all in lockdown. And both of them are currently doing the exercises I've assigned, but it doesn't really help with technique. And while I can't necessarily do opposed drills because I don't have someone to drill with, both of them do. Because both of their significant others happen to be fencers. So that's going to help them out. And so what I'm going to do is try and provide them with a methodology with which to continue practicing while we are kind of limited on what we can do to practice. So that's how I'm coping with the current situation. What are you up to? Comment below. Okay, I think that's all I have really to say for this one. So we are going to exit the Mayhem practice. Actually, you know what? I don't even need to exit because we're not on a timer right now. Well, we're on this timer, but I'm not going to be in here that long. Oh, no, because I got to log out and fix my audio. So yeah, that's the plan for the channel for the next however long, at least for the period that we are in lockdown. God only knows how long that's going to be, but we'll figure that out. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, and subscribe down below. We are on the road to 13 million subscribers, one subscription at a time, so make sure you subscribe. As always, I appreciate all your support. We'll see you in the next one.